Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath, and my name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show. Now, tonight, it's a really interesting title. Let's Get Serious. It's specifically the star Sirius, the dog star, one of the brightest stars in the night sky. There's a lot of, we'll say, extraterrestrial copy. Like there's a lot to read about that out there. So Christopher's got some excellent things to say regarding that this evening. But just a quick piece of housekeeping for anyone who's out there joining us for the very first time. Be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. Going forward, well, the first time, of course, it's always free. But after that, it's just $10 per reading. Or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month, which I feel like is a pretty sweet deal since there are 3 shows per week. That's Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. normally. Now, this coming week for Christmas, we're not going to do a show, but for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, just so you know. Just heads up there. But that being said, you can also pay through Venmo and PayPal currently. Details, I'll put up in the chat later. But quick thought before I turn it over to Christopher. Serious blessings come when we push through perceived adversity. And staying with uncomfortable feelings allows us to examine these patterns and maybe do something about them. So good luck with all of that. Thanks for listening to me and enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. So just as a note, as what Kenan said, we'll do a show. The next show will be next Wednesday night, and we'll do 2 or 3 cards extra for every one of you. We'll stretch out the readings. So if you're like Marilyn Pitts or anyone on the East Coast who are in their pajamas watching this, next Wednesday might be a little bit of a longer show, but we're good with that. I hope every one of you has an amazing, amazing holiday season. And so with that in mind, I light the incense to give you these blessings and to release reactive moments. Sometimes when you're with friends or family over the holiday season, people can get triggered. But I wanted to address that a little bit. Sometimes I get asked if I do past life regressions, past life readings. And you know, if you've been on the show, you know maybe it's come up for you where I see glimpses of a past life. But it's only in regards as to the amount or effect that that life, that reactive moment, is having in this life. So, forgive me for repeating myself. If you've been on the show a long time, you know this story. But a gentleman used to be on the show, and he had a past life where he was shot down over Germany. He was a fighter pilot, and he was alive for about 2 miles as he fell to earth. But as he was going down, he's like, at least I'm dying for a cause. I'm dying for America. I'm dying for a cause. Well, that was an echo. That was a reactive moment that carried over into this life. Now, I didn't necessarily see that when I first gave him the reading or first gave him a reading, but then I began to see it as the weeks unfolded until it was like one show where it just, I saw this soldier around him, but it wasn't a ghost. It was actually an echo of his previous life. And in this life, he'd been born to a senator who lived during McCarthy period. This gentleman, when he was a kid, would get calls in the house. He would answer the phone. It would be the President of the United States. Okay, this is back in the 50s and 60s. So his father was very politically active. And so this gentleman, as a carryover from his previous life, became involved in every political movement, every political candidate, and had hundreds of hats that said, America, love it or leave it. Had hundreds of T-shirts that all about America, all about America. And that cause was like an echo that had brought over from a previous life. So, we come to this life to get rid of reactive moments. And so what Kenan was saying earlier is very profound. It's like when we have a reactive moment, use it. Going, wait a minute, what is behind this? Where is this feeling coming from? Why is it here? Call me or text me. Instant message me. Because there's a reason for it. Because otherwise, these reactive moments can keep us in a loop of repeating lifetime after lifetime, undergoing the pleasure and pain of these previous reactive moments. And our goal here, well, at least my goal, I can't speak for you, but my goal is to release and clear these reactive moments. And so it's a blessing, it's a gift. And I don't really do past life readings unless they come up and have an impact in this life, because the issues repeat in this life. Okay, hope that makes sense. All right, so along those lines, the group card tonight is Let's Get Sirius. And I'm sorry, every time I say that, I think of Madonna's song, Let's Get Physical, Physical. Let me hear your body talk. So this is like, let's get serious. Let's get spiritual. Spiritual. Again, we're all surrounded by many different levels of beings. Is Ed on the show tonight?
Not yet.
Okay. So I want to give you an example. Monday night, my niece up in northern Idaho, Edna, I was talking about, her card came up, it was around the importance of Jupiter. If some of you were on the show, you might remember this. And I talked about orange poppies. She called me right after the show, and she said, Uncle, about 10 years ago, I gave my inner child a name. She said, do you know what I named my inner child? I go, no. She goes, Poppy. She goes, how did you know that? And it was an orange poppy, not a red poppy, but an orange poppy. So then she goes, when you started talking about Jupiter, she said it really, really tripped me out. Because the end of October, she's a nurse and she goes to work very early in the morning. So when she walked out of her house, now she lives in northern Washington, about, I don't know, maybe 20 miles north of Spokane. And she drives to work to Spokane every day. When she walked out of her house, there was Jupiter rising. Okay? So let me get to this. I apologize. But then when she looked at her camera, I want to show you this. There's Jupiter. If you see the star Jupiter. But all of this, all of the clouds, that bright light, it was not there when she took the picture. It was clear skies. And then she's got an orb down here. There are dimensions, there are beings that we just don't see with our physical eye. And they don't even know really why the camera catches it sometimes. Sometimes the camera doesn't catch it. But in this case, the camera definitely caught it. And this is like other dimensions. And this is what the Sirius card is about. First of all, these are another level of beings that are bringing downloads to individuals on this earth. Since the card came up, those downloads are yours. Okay? We've talked about this a few times, especially in the past few weeks, about the ringing in the ears, the kind of dizziness, the kind of woozy feeling. Those are examples of downloads, of a higher vibration frequency coming in. And that's just the ballpark symptoms. Everybody can be a little bit different as far as those symptoms go. But this card is about these beings, and the message behind this is yes. Yes. Whatever you're going for, whatever it is that you need, the answer is yes. You've got it. It's as good as done. It's like ordering something on Amazon and you click place order, boom, it's on its way. This is the yes card. It brings the energy of the wishing star. You remember when you were kids, did you ever go, starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight, I wish I may, I wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. That's the Sirius card. And what a beautiful time with this Christ consciousness, especially this time of year, with Christmas. It is absolutely so beautiful. And seeing your wishes come true. And sometimes we don't even know what our wishes are. But when they start coming true, we know. And these higher beings, if you want to call them angels, you want to call them God, Christ consciousness, whatever your term is, they know what's going on in this subconscious. Not necessarily our conscious mind. This is above and beyond the conscious mind. Okay? For instance, whatever dreams that have been coming up for you, whether they're dreams at night or whether they're like your dreams, like what you want to accomplish in life, if they've been coming up recently and you've been thinking about them, those aren't dreams. They're premonitions. Let me say that again. They're not dreams. They're premonitions. And what you connect with on the inside right now is being manifested on the outside. What an incredible gift. Celebrating your wildest dreams. So I can't think of a better Christmas message than that for all of you tonight and for the coming week ahead, to be able to be at peace, be with your family, be with your friends, or maybe even just be at peace with yourself. Okay, who's on first? Okay, my dear Marilyn. We've got a reading scheduled for the 4th, which I'm pretty excited about. The 10 of Wands, the growth card. So this year, a lot of people don't use real trees anymore. But this is for you, Marilyn, to at least get a wreath made of real branches. It's important for, you can even buy essential oils that are like, you can get blue spruce essential oil. it's important for you to smell trees. Okay? There's a certain vibration about the tree that's somehow important for you. So, like the smell of fir trees or pine trees. It's bringing the spirit of the forest into your home. Even though you don't have to go out and buy a real tree, but I'm just saying at least have some piece of wood or a centerpiece that you can smell. And you have some wonderful pine candles. That's great. But this is something with real, like a real centerpiece of some kind or a real wreath.
She says they went to the walking trail and walked in the wooded area.
Yeah, so even if you go out and you touch the trees, Marilyn, and when you Lana knows what I'm talking about. When you touch the trees and you have that pine smell. We'll cover this on Thursday when we do your full reading. Because there's something with your father coming through on this one. Anyway, yeah, there's something coming up with your father coming through, and he's talking about so Lana, is Lana on the show tonight?
Yes.
Okay. So let me tell you let me tell you Lana's story again. I've shared this maybe before, but there's something here with that where Lana and her husband, she woke up one night, she had this reoccurring dream for a few nights about this elk, and she knew exactly where it was going to be, the time of day, the location, everything. And she goes, I'm going to go get my elk. And her husband's like, yeah, right. And she actually did. Like, this was, it was like the game, the elk came to her. And so this is allowing, it's like even your father talking about this, like hunting, you watch the signs and you go where the animals are, and that's how you get your game. This is your acknowledgement of how far you've come. You're paying attention to the signs, and the game's going to show up. Yeah, we'll go into more of this because there's something Celtic coming through with the Green Man. And you can look up the Green Man and Google it. Okay, who's next?
Great, it's Lindsay and Austin.
Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Austin. Happy Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. All right, well, 3 cards. Boom. All fell out together. So I might have to have, since Kenan just finished his yoga studio training, his yoga teacher training. So Austin, I trained with the reflexologist that worked with the royal family. So he used to work on, Prince Charles, Princess Diana, and I worked with him for 2 years. And so I did this reflexology, which is basically pressure point therapy. It's much like acupuncture, but it's acupressure. So I tell people, get a golf ball, get a rock, a ball, something to roll your feet on. Because the feet, there's nerve endings in the feet that correspond to all the centers of the body, every area of the body. There is do you know what the central meridian is in yoga?
Well, Lindsay says her mom is a reflexologist.
Okay, so Lindsay, your mom's a reflexologist?
Do you mean the vagus nerve?
No, I'm just talking about like an energetic. Anyway, with Austin, there's something there's something with the central, the spine, that you either need some major stretches, some major yoga, massage, foot therapy, reflexology. There's a I'm like, oh, my back. There's something with the back in the mid back that it's important to increase the flow of energy through there. Is there
Yeah, he says he's a left.
you have your ball in your left shoulder. So there's something in that. It's something coming from the spine. So I can just YouTube. You can YouTube and look up stretches for the upper back, upper spine. Okay. Then this is the Lover's card. Hang on a minute. Let me give me a minute. What is this about? Oh, it's about lovers. So, what is the name of that park? There's a park in Utah. I think it's Zion. I don't know if you guys are planning a trip there. Or a wedding there. there's something really powerful about that place for you guys. Yeah, it is Zion. But I don't get it until like the spring or the early summer. But there's something, every time I do a reading, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to look that up. I want to look up the spiritual meaning of Zion. And you can look up the spiritual meaning of Zion and also the spiritual meaning of Zion National Park, or there's something really, really powerful for you both there. Okay. And then Lindsay, okay. So Lindsay, have you ever, I don't know, have you ever seen these shows on TV or YouTube videos where women go to the doctor, and some of these medical shows, I've seen a couple episodes where the woman goes to the doctor and she's having cramps and she's actually in labor, but she didn't even know she was pregnant. Anyway, this is this is not obviously a literal pregnancy, but this is you're about ready to give birth to a whole new idea, a whole new way of thinking, or and not even not even being aware of it. Just allow it to happen. It just is going to occur naturally. So if you don't know you're pregnant, you're not going to be obsessing about it, right? So this is not obsessing over this. This is about you giving birth to a whole new idea, a whole new way of being, and then releasing any reactive moments. So the reason you do Lama's method of natural birth, because I took those classes before Kenan was born, is to release any reactive moments and to move through the energy, move through the energy. This is you moving through the energy, and it giving birth to something really beautiful, really brand new. And just allowing it to happen. It's going to occur naturally for you. This is the preserver card. And these are, it's one of the reasons why your art is important, is because you're preserving ideas and history and artistic movement. It's knowing how powerful you are. It's knowing how pregnant you are. How important your artwork is. And moving everything that is a distraction off to the side or not important, and you being who you are and moving into that power and into that gift more. Okay? Oh, in Moab. So is Moab the same as Zion? I know it's in Utah. It's a park. It's a park in Utah. But I don't know. I'm just, the only one I know of is Zion, or that I can say it. But Moab, yeah, that could be very possible. Lindsay. Yeah. No. I'm not talking about literal babies. I'm talking about these spiritual babies, this creation, this new creation. Okay.
Mine is next.
Okay, Lanny, here we go. actor. This is you know who. The actor that you're personal friends with, doing something more with him. There's something coming in through that. It's like, I don't know if you'll be getting a call from him. It's something like getting a call or communication, and him having friends that need property or need land. This is an activation of that. And there's something that you can help him with, or that you're going to be able to help him with. So be free of holding back or doubting yourself, and just say it. This is spirit. This is spirit talking through you. So years and years ago, I had this boss, and I know I've told this story before, but I had this boss. I said, "You're going to get a promotion." She's like, "Whatever." She was only maybe 25 years old. She's very young. She's like, "Whatever." She got within 3 or 4 days, she got a promotion. A promotion opened up, and she applied for it, and she was one of 30 candidates. Anyway, she and one other person, after about 2-3 weeks, it boiled down to her and another person. I said, "Well, you're going to get it." And the next day she comes in, I go, "Did you get it?" She goes, "No, the other person got it." I go, No. You're going to get it." And she's like, "Chris, it's okay to be wrong." And I'm like, this is what I said to her, and this is what it applies to you, Lana. I went, "No, it's not about me being right or wrong. This is the message. I'm getting the message. It's from spirit. It's from a higher self. It's whatever you want to call it. I ain't wrong. It's not about me being wrong. This is the message. I'm just delivering the message." Anyway, a week later, she actually did get the position because the other person stepped down. Anyway, Lana, so this is like, there are things that come up that you're supposed to say when you're supposed to say them. And this is something that you can really help him with. Okay.
Melinda's next.
Who?
Melinda.
Mindy. Hey, Mindy. Nice to have you on the show. Merry Christmas. More energy, more passion, more energy. I love this card, Melinda. It's important to use more colors. It's really important right now for you to be around or create with more colors. This is the passion card, so the oranges, the reds, the yellows, the golds. I don't know if you're thinking of redecorating or getting something new. Even if you just go get some pillows, you need some more color. Go buy yourself some flowers. Even if you buy silk flowers, this is getting your passion fulfilled. There's something coming into your field, and it's actually like Lindsay's. It's about ready to pop, right? It's the same feeling, but it's this passion. You do completely different art than Lindsay, but it's nonetheless very impactful, very powerful. But they're asking you to move into more colors. Okay, who's next?
I've got Laurel.
Hey, Laurel. Oh my gosh. Okay, Laurel, you're the magician. This is the magician card. So your friend that has passed is definitely coming through. And he says, Laurel, you may as well get a parrot. And I'm not sure what he means by that. But it's like, who needs a parrot when you have a self-absorbed friend that is talking all the time? Listen, you're a nice person. You don't have to be nice. You are a nice person. You don't have to try to be nice. It doesn't serve these people, these parrots that are just, they're literally parroting what they've been taught to say. And it drives you, it can, cancel, clear, delete that. You don't have to be around that. You do not have to be around that. But this guy is really funny. He's like, yeah, why do you get it? Why? Why do you need a parrot when you've got... It's like they're parroting doom and gloom. And it's this energy... Okay. Also, get some incense, burn your sage. I want to move if I have your permission, I want to move this person out of your field. It's somebody that died in a car accident. So listen, let me reiterate this for all of us. If you looked at us, I don't know, through infrared lens, we would be these, and you've seen, right, or X-rays or infrared lens where you're this blob of moving color. That's how I see how spirits see us sometimes. And the brighter our colors, the brighter our aura, the more they're attracted. It's why I don't, like if I go to a bar or I go to a restaurant that has a bar, or I go to I just, when you look at Edna's, I showed Edna's picture, right? When you look at this picture that I don't know if you were on the show earlier, Laurel, but I'm going to show this. This picture is just amazing. When you start viewing the universe, so when my niece Edna took this picture, those clouds, none of that was there when she took the picture. But then it showed up on her camera. This is like the invisible realm. So anywhere where this person or these people latch on, it's kind of important, to take a spiritual shower every day. Like to check into your field and go, did anything or anyone follow me home? That's moving this out of the way. This is part of your magician. Trust your instincts. Trust the little hairs that come up on your arm. Trust the little tingles, right? And move them on. You just simply move them on. You've not made progress here. It is time for you to move on. This is not the place to make progress. You have a place to go. You have people waiting for you. Go there, go now, never return. Okay. Yeah, this is so amazing. So this gentleman that has passed, your really good friend. We've talked about him before. When you were up on that mountain in Colorado, and he came to you in the form of a butterfly, that's him. Um, he's talking about you rising above these frequencies that annoy you. So like a parrot's voice, the screechy voice, if there's a voice that annoys you, there's a certain frequency about that person that will tell you. There's something with your hearing, Laurel. It's like, you know how some people see ghosts, some people feel them. You have a hearing. There's something with your hearing. Maybe it was one of your previous lives as a dog, you know. I don't know. But it's like this ability to hear. It's like how you hear music, how you hear sound. There's something unusual building up with that. So just trust it. Okay, just trust it. It's something that's a good thing that's coming through. Just trust it. Yes, Daniel. Thank you. Daniel, that's him. That's him. He's just funny. He's watching out after you. And stop putting up with things that annoy you. I'm sorry. Okay, who's next?
Good, yeah. So it's Jared and Kat.
Hey, Jared. Hey, Kat. Okay. Whew. All right. All right. You know what, you guys? This is I don't know how many times this card's come up for you, Jared, but it's coming up again. Listen, church is not wrong or bad. It's when we are incongruent with who we are and we continue to try to jump through hoops that no longer serve us. So this is actually, this card's for you and Kat. This is that structure falling apart for you, and it needs to. It absolutely needs to. Not because, again, the church is wrong or bad. It's just you both are growing beyond it. You're absolutely growing beyond it. You don't do your kids' homework. You set up a space for them that they can do their homework. You check on them to make sure it's done. You guys are amazing parents. But this is stop being free of doing other people's homework. If you don't do it for your kids, there are other ways for you to serve, and you're both moving into this field with your doctor's office, with your med spa. This is an incredible avenue for you to really, really serve. And in integrity, like actually being true to who you are. That it's okay. It's absolutely okay for you to be who you are. And to create this in integrity. And Kat, you've got the strength card again. Understand that this is like 84 cards in a deck. And for Spirit to, because these cards have come up for both of you before. And this strength card, sometimes it takes more strength to walk away, Kat, or walk away from something than it does to try to face it or to fight. This is anywhere or anyone that is trying to cause a reactive reaction in you. And I get that they're trying to do it intentionally. And it's not Jared. I'm not saying that. But it's somebody around you, like family, especially this time of year. Like I had a client this week whose mother just showed up, didn't call her from out of town. The mother just shows up and goes, "Hi, I'm here." Didn't call her, didn't give her any forewarning, didn't even chat with her, and just shows up. And this woman says, "Well, good luck. I hope you have a good time here." Because she'd already made all these other Christmas plans. And it's when people intrude in your field, like Christmas gives them a reason to do that. Well, I'm family and I should blah, blah, blah. You should be blah, blah, blah. No, you shouldn't. You're good with who you are. And you can walk away. Like, whatever. So Laurel's friend's coming through Daniel. It's kind of that, I mean, and Kat, you're kind. I'm not saying being sharp, don't be sharper, but it's like enough is enough. Like enough is enough. And this is you moving into more joy, more power, more of who you are. It's a beautiful card. All right,
It's John Klettlinger and Sonia both.
John and Sonia. Awesome. Okay. All right, my dear Sonia, thank you for being here. Okay. So I know you own a restaurant, Sonia. So let me put it this way. You have employees, you have waiters and waitresses, and you have chefs, you have cooks, you have dishwashers. But you have this one waitress where, oh my God, they put the fork on the left side of the plate. So, you know what? You start setting up the tables. Because the waitress is putting the fork on the wrong side of the plate. This is, you hire a chef, but then you go in and do all the cooking. The dishwasher's missed a couple places on a plate or two. So then when you're done cooking and you're done waiting on everybody, then you go wash the dishes. Listen, this is the trust card. You have to, when you hire people, you have to a certain extent, trust them. That, Oh well, they put the fork on the left side of the plate. Oh well. It's really good for left-handed people. Right. You don't go in and do the cooking. You trust the chef. You've used your wherewithal to hire a good chef, even a good dishwasher. You are you willing to let go of needing to control anything and everything? This is opening up to more trust. In other words, once you tell the universe what it is you need, stop taking it back. Stop trying to create it yourself or push things. This is being free of pushing for fear it's not going to get done right. This is you opening and expanding more into, wait a minute. What if it's okay to put the fork on the left side of the plate? It's really good for left-handed people. Do you understand? It's a way of expanding your view and allow the universe to know what's best. Allow the chef to know what is a soft-boiled egg and what is a hard-boiled egg. And be free of limiting your possibilities. Be free of, are you willing to be open for money to come different ways to you rather than just one way? Or when there's any fear of lack or fear of something or money not coming in, what? You're giving more energy to the universe going, okay, well, I guess she wants less money coming in, so I guess we can give her that. Or just being focused on one way of money coming in, or it has to come in this way. Are you willing to expand open to other ways for money to appear, for opportunities to appear? This is opportunities opening up for you. Okay, John. You are the player. This is a trip to Vegas. Okay, why is your mom talking about Liberace? She's talking about a piano. Did you take piano lessons? Did you? Why is there's something with piano? Are you thinking about? You know what? This is you actually. There's something important for you with the brain to go buy an electric piano and actually start practicing on an electric piano. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. But your mom is really adamant about this. There's something with the brain and why music is important to you. And the eye and hand-eye crossover and we'll talk about this on Thursday, which is tomorrow. I want to go. I want to look more into this. Okay, all right. And then who's next?
Abby in Maryland.
Abby in Maryland. Okay, my dears. You know what? This is the first year that we haven't put up any Christmas decorations, Marilyn. I've never done that, but I'm like, I just, for some reason, I don't have the bandwidth. I've got people presents, but I don't have the bandwidth. When I say that, it's like, I don't have right now I, what does bandwidth mean? It means I just don't have the wherewithal to do that right now for some reason. And we're going to other people's houses for Christmas family. So yeah, so Lindsay, yeah, Lindsay gets it. Bandwidth is she's been using that term a lot lately. So yeah, you just don't. And the thing is, you don't need if you don't have the bandwidth, Marilyn, to do something, don't do it. Um, you're so much like a dog, Marilyn, and I know you guys love dogs, but when one of your dogs is taking a nap, did you know that it's laying there going, "Oh my God, I probably should be up sniffing the yard. I probably should be up waiting in front of the refrigerator. I really I should be in the car going for a ride. Why isn't Marilyn and Abby taking me for a ride? No, no, a dog when it's napping, it's full on napping. It's out. But if it does hear the refrigerator open, it's like, boom, I'm up. Refrigerator's open. It has the energy. This is about being okay with dullness. This is okay about when you're resting, rest. And any criticism about what you should be or have to or need to, especially with this time of year, it's absolutely okay to be dull. Okay, so in Kenan, I'm going to read this. Kenan wrote this. Yeah, so Lindsay says it's like capacity, it becomes overwhelming. Melinda says, and Kenan wrote, in computer science and computer networks, bandwidth refers to the amount of data that can be sent from one point to another in a certain period of time. It's measured as a bit rate expressed in bits per second or multiples of bits in bits, etc. Bandwidth describes the maximum data transfer rate of a network or internet connection. And he's got a degree in computer science, so this is good stuff. So this is about you. It's okay to be dull. And when you know the right bandwidth, you know the right timing of something, it'll be there for you, just like your puppies. Okay, my dear Abby. So this is the purity. This is the the Tower card. And it's opening up for you one of the greatest gifts you have, Abby, is when people's towers fall apart, when they crumble, when their structure or their old way of doing things, or someone around them dies, or there's some kind of loss of some kind, you're a tremendous comfort for them. To be there for them. And it's understanding that those things need to happen, or they need to fall away, or that person had a contract of some kind to come here to the earth to experience that emotion. But two cards fell out for you, Abby, which is the purity card. It's, and you don't tell people this that are experiencing a loss of some kind, but you have this light about you that you can send them this pure energy. And anywhere that you doubt that, are you willing to let go of that now? Trust this energy and this purity, this renewal that your presence gives people. And so I just get that you have a lightness and a way about you that's very real, and it's very sincere. And especially like this time of year, people can focus on the people they've lost or no longer in the physical. But you have a way to remind them that, hey, they're still around. They're absolutely still around. You know, it's like Marilyn Pitts, her brother came through Monday night. And it had to do with 3 angels. And what he was really funny. So I read this Monday night. He was a clothing salesman. I think it was Sunday night that I read. But her brother was like, had his own clothes. He had his name in all of his clothes. And a funny guy. And he was coming through and giving Marilyn kudos about her wings that were developing, right? Like she's becoming more and more spiritual. And he was like giving her kudos on that, but he's like, my wings are still bigger. And it was just really odd, funny, not funny, odd, but it was, Marilyn and I have been texting back and forth that it was very powerful, but very endearing, like very endearing. You're very endearing. That's the word, Abby. That's the word for you, is you're endearing. And that's what gives people this energy to move on, to move past what they're looking at. Okay, who's next?
Jeff Reynolds.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for being here. Sir, you got the ecstasy card. So, did you ever see Saturday Night Live and Debbie Downer? And it's a skit that it's so funny. If you guys haven't seen it, you can Google it or YouTube it. Just Debbie Downer, Saturday Night Live. So this is, the skit would be like somebody gives this Debbie Downer a bouquet of beautiful flowers. And Debbie Downer goes, oh, they're going to be dead in a day or two. It's like, hey, enjoy the flowers now. And anywhere, Jeff, that you, even in the subconscious level or the back of your head, where in your past, where people have given you dead flowers, you haven't even had to wait for them to die. And I'm talking in a metaphorical sense. I'm talking in a spiritual sense, where they just have not followed through, right? They haven't even really meant well. And that's moving those type of people out of your field. Done, and done. And then when the flowers come, you go, oh my God, look how beautiful they are. And you know what? There's more flowers coming. And there's more blessings coming. And there's greater things. This is the ecstasy card. This is absolutely being absolutely full in love with life. Trusting that there will always be new flowers, new opportunities, and anywhere where there's fear of something good going away, releasing, clearing all of that. You've got more good coming your way. Hey Harlan, happy Merry Christmas. So this is the Emperor. Anywhere, so take full control of your life. And anywhere in the past where you've believed that you've been influenced by a certain view of life or how life is, this is about letting that go and you taking control of how you view life. You're an incredible artist, Harlan. And so be very aware of what you're painting in your head, of how life is, and allow, we talked to Melinda earlier about her using more bright colors. This is you upgrading to a higher level of awareness, using brighter colors with your imagination. And get out of anywhere there's grays, blacks, muddy brown, dark brown, any of the dark colors. I'm talking metaphorically. Can you move those aside, bring in brighter colors? And to help you remember that, have Melinda paint you a bright colored painting, or put up a silk poppy on your fridge, something that's going to remind you. Okay, because you are the emperor, you are the king of your thoughts. You control them. No one else does, or nor are they anyone else's fault. This is you making those changes to be in a better position of moving forward, financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, always. Okay, and
next it's a new person, Heather Sherman Orlando.
Heather Sherman Orlando, welcome to the show. Nice to have you. I'm glad you're here for the first time. So Heather, let go, let go, let go. In Tibet, in India, they make these mandalas out of sand, and they sometimes spend days, weeks, sometimes years making these beautiful, beautiful colored wheels of intricate sand, and sometimes it takes dozens of people to make these huge mandalas. The minute they're done, they wipe them out. And it's a symbology of life. It's about being free of clinging to people or situations, hoping or wishing that they would be someone else or something else, or things that worked out differently. This is letting go of all that. This Christmas season, letting go. Letting go of all judgment that's been put upon you to pass on to other people. This is not your gig as far as any of that judgment that was put upon you. This is erasing all of that and starting over. It's okay to start over. That's the whole point of the mandala. It's not futile. You're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. You absolutely have a purpose. The mandala has a purpose. It helps to focus energy. You're here for a reason. There's never been anyone else like you on earth. There never will be anyone else like you on earth. Okay? Okay. So, who else? Do we have everybody?
Last but not least is Doc Skinner.
Hey, Doc. Okay.
He said it was good talking to you.
Okay. Doc. Doc, what does the card say? The card says, Achiever. Your spirit, your guides, your higher self, pull this card. You are the achiever. This is a footprint on the moon, right? Where people thought it was impossible. These are impossible things. The Colosseum that was built, the winner of a race. Everything is possible for you right now. All said, done. You are the achiever. Okay, got everybody?
That's everybody.
That's everybody. All right. Love you all. You all have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, a wonderful holiday. We'll do this again next Wednesday. Okay? Have a great night.